and Patrick Saunders. And we're eating Papa John's pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
I want to get back to something you said, which I think is very important. I looked last night at the schedule coming up, and they have a lot of games against divisional teams early. I mean, they got the Diamondbacks in 2 or 3 series coming up. They got the Dodgers right around the corner, the Padres starting this weekend.
Giants are here this weekend.
Giants are here. And what you said was that you think the next, so they got 6 games here.
They do.
Then they go back, I think, to Arizona.
They go Arizona, San Diego. Right.
So re-emphasizing that, they're going to find out how they are in the division over the next, from starting with the Giants through the next road trip. They're going to find out whether they actually can, as Les brought up to you earlier, compete in this division. Because they're going to see the Padres a lot. They're going to see the Diamondbacks, who are worse than the Rockies in terms of record right now.
No, you're exactly right. And I think what we saw in L.A., let's face it, they faced Kershaw and Greinke, 2 Cy Young Award winners in their home park. The one thing I was happy with, though, guys, about that against those 2 pitchers, at least they fought back a little bit, right? I mean, last year,
Made it a little bit of a game.
Kershaw, that no-hitter was unbelievable. They had no chance. Usually against Greinke on the coast, they have no chance. At least they fought a little bit. So that's a little bit encouraging. But to your point, Woody, I think we're going to see what this team is made of over the next couple of weeks. And then at that point, I think we can start making more realistic determinations of how good or how bad this team might be.
So that puts us into
May
10th or something.
Yeah.
But for people who have been so pessimistic, or the people who've been optimistic, kind of keep an eye on the next 2 weeks. And I think we'll have a better idea of the rotation, because we'll be through the rotation 4 or 5 times.
Right.
We'll have De La Rosa back. I'm saying we as a group, all of us in Denver. And we'll see what happens with Drew Stubbs. We'll find out if they can stay healthy for a while. We can see when Rosario plays first base a couple more times whether, I mean, I'd be fearful of throwing the ball over there, because you knew when Todd Helton was there, or even Morneau, that you can throw it in the dirt. You're trying to make a tough play. Tulowitzki going into the hole.
And the other thing about Rosario's play over there first base, and not to get too technical, but he had the wrong foot on the bag.
Yeah.
On a couple of
I
those. Well, he did, and I mean, people say, well, so what? Well, not so what. In the major leagues, when you're playing first base, whether you're a righty or a lefty, you've got to have the right foot on the bag to extend yourself out to meet that ball, because that little bit of difference between which foot it is the difference between an out and a base hit for the opposing team. And by now, Rosario should know which foot to have on the bag, and he didn't.
Final question for me, real quick. You're getting your first look at the Padres. Did you see him in spring?
Yeah, I saw him in spring a couple times.
What do you? I mean, they're right there with the Dodgers.
You know what?
Game behind.
I thought the Shields pickup was really good, and he's proven he's a pretty good pickup for him. I thought the new outfield, which is essentially an entirely new outfield with Myers and Upton, et cetera, I thought that was a little bit overblown. But so far, so good for them. They've done very well. I mean, they've come through with some big clutch hits with Justin Upton and Myers. Padres might be for real. I was a little bit doubtful about that. But they have a pretty good, solid team. I mean, they were the worst offensive team in baseball, almost historically bad. They revamped everything. They have a chance to be a pretty decent team this year.
To me, they look like the most improved team in all of baseball.
Yeah.
And as long as those pitchers hold up in that park, I think they're going to be there in September with the Dodgers. I really do.
Well, and they got Kimbrel now.
Yeah.
That's their closer.
No.
I mean, are you kidding? Jeez.
So if their general manager says we want to be playing meaningful games in September, he's probably right. Would you say?
Yeah, no.
That
no
organization
question about
actually means it.